What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Frank, and this is Morals Over Money. So yesterday when I was in Kensington, I noticed there was this car. It was a Mitsubishi Montero. It wasn't brand new, but it was nice. It was a nice SUV. That it was parked like with the tail end of the car, the rear bumper was like out in traffic a little bit next to the park. So I seen it, and what made it stick out to me so much is I had the trailer yesterday. So I was like, man, I got to get around this car. I'm not real good driving with the trailer yet. But practice makes perfect, right? So I see the car. Then the next time I spin around the block, I see a guy that he has like, when you open the door and like the fuses are right there on the left-hand side underneath the steering wheel, he has all that ripped apart. And he's like digging in there. So I'm like, damn, he's trying to hotwire that car, right? So I was like, all right, think nothing of it. You see that type of stuff down there all the time. You see people coming to cop, their car breaks down. You see people coming to cop, sell their car. You see people coming to cop in stolen cars and leave the car down there or sell it to the young boys on the corner, rent it out to them, all that type of stuff, right? So about 5 minutes later, I get a message from my homie. He says, hey, can I ask you something? So I message him back, and I was like, what's up? So he knew that I was right around the park, so I go back to the park, check him out. He's like, look, dude is trying to sell me this car. It's the same car we're talking about. So I was like, all right. He's like, all he wants is $300. So I'm like, huh? I was like, all right, that shit is stolen. It's a nice car. It's probably like a $3,000 to $5,000 car. That's, how nice it was. So I say, yo, that sounds like it's stolen. He says, no, it's not stolen. He said, so the guy was standing right next to him. I didn't know that, though. The guy, he's like, no, it's not stolen. He's like, look, I got the registration. I got the insurance. Here's my license. So it's his car. What had happened was he lost the key. What happened was he lost the key, right? So he lost the key. He told my homie, he said, hey, I have the title. The title is back in my house in Lebanon. So that's where he's from. He's in Kensington. The title's in Lebanon. He said, all I need is $300 to get me home tonight. And he said, as soon as you get the key made, you can come and pick up the title. So I started telling him, I was like, I don't know about that. So I look at all the paperwork, right? And now at this point, I'm just being nosy. Because I'm like, this shit sounds too good to be true. In the back of my head, I'm also thinking, damn, my daughter's just turned 16. They could use a car. And this was a nice car, like I said. I said, damn, this would be perfect for them. Right? This is the stuff that was going through my head. So I look at all the paperwork. Everything matches up. License plate match up to the registration, to the insurance. So I asked the guy, I said, yo, what's up? What's going on here? And he said, look, I'm down here. I lost my key. I need to get home tonight. He said, if with that money that he pays me, I can get home. He said, and then all he has to do is come pick up the title for me. So I'm still thinking, he's like, look, even if you want, I'll pay you to take me home, right? So in my head, I was like, well, that's not going to happen. That's a 2-hour drive. I just got done driving 3 hours. I don't know you. Rachel and Mercy are back at the hotel. That's not going to happen. So the guy seemed 100% sincere about, he was like, look, I just don't have the keys. He said, and he said the car is going to end up getting towed if it stays here because of the way it's parked. He said, but, you know, the car's mine, registration is up to date, insurance is up to date. He said the second he gets a key made, he can come in and pick it up. He said it's going to cost him a couple dollars to get a key made because, you know, it wasn't a brand new car, but it was a newer car in the sense that the key has a chip in it. So it's going to cost you, you know, probably $400, $300 to get a key made. So I tell my homie, I say, I don't know, brother. I said, one thing I can tell you, though, just from what I know from owning vehicles, is all his paperwork, it is legit. It checks out. So I said, let's say if you get a key made tomorrow or you get somebody to hotwire the ignition, I said, and you drive up there to his house tomorrow, I said, the only thing you're going to be doing is driving his car. You know, I said, until he signs that title over to you, nothing is official. I said, if at very least, I would get, you know, if you're going to do it, get him to sign a paper and maybe put it on video. Tell him, look, I'm selling this man this car for X amount of dollars, you know, so you're a little protected and he can't try to backdoor you at the end and say, yo, the car is stolen, you know, or whatever it might be. So I get back in the car, I leave, and now in the back of my head, I start thinking, damn, my daughters could use that car, right? And then it quickly goes away. My daughters could use the car, but I'm not going to have them get a car like...
Stay in the left 2 lanes.
Just the karma that's going to be associated with that car, right? Because, number one, I'm pretty sure that the guy came down there, the cop from Lebanon, right? His family probably didn't know he was out there. So he's trying to get back home to his family before they find out. And it's one of those situations that you weren't doing something good. So I know for me in my past, anytime that I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing, God has a way of throwing like a curveball in there. I'll get a flat tire, I'll run out of gas, I'll lose my keys, stuff like that. That's what I felt he was dealing with at that moment. So for me, I didn't want any part of that car. Mind you, it would have been awesome to give my daughters that car, take it home to them. But I was like, what if that was his daughter's car, right? What if that was his daughter's car and he just borrowed his daughter's car, right? He's an addict, and loses the keys and, you know, gets put in a situation where now he has to sell the car. I said, what if that was his daughter's car, right? And his daughter comes home tomorrow and says, Dad, where's my car at? And he's like, oh, it got impounded. You know, it tells us some story, right? And I take it home and give it to my daughters. What if my daughters get a car because somebody else's daughter, you know, gets their dad, you know, pulls a slick move and gets them out of their car? And I just said, you know, I wasn't comfortable with that. Like I said, I feel like something would have went wrong with that car. It would have broke down right away, and who knows, it might have been, you know, engine might have been ready to blow or whatever it might be. But I said, you know, as good of a come up I thought I might have been getting. You know, it's one of those things that sounds a little bit too good to be true. So it's probably a little bit too good to be true. And I don't want to be associated with that karma. 9 times out of 10 in my past experiences is when things come real easy, they also go real easy. So like I said, my luck, car would have broke down or would have had an accident or something, and I just didn't want to be involved with that. So this is the type of stuff that goes on down there when we're on live, and those of you that were on live know this story and are familiar with it. But tell me, what would y'all have done, right? If y'all would have been in that situation, would you have said, man, forget about that karma, I'm going to get that car? It was a nice car, SUV, 4-wheel drive for the snow coming up. Would y'all have said, forget karma, let me get that car? Or would y'all have said, no, karma has got